Welcome back. My name's Joanne. I don't like my eyeliner today. It, yeah, it's not my favorite. It also looks a lot darker on camera than it is in person. Let me grab my mirror. I mean, it is pretty dark, but yeah, I don't love my eyeliner today. So just ignore that. Today's video is my Project Pan update, my first update for my 2025 Project Pan. So this is going to be somewhat of a rolling style, but not every product that gets used up or rolled out of this project is going to have something rolling in its place. It just depends how I'm feeling at the moment. So I guess let's just get into the video. So before I get into my update, let me just talk about my eyeshadow, my eye products, and my lip products. So I'm gonna try to do this quickly because I started editing the video I filmed yesterday and that part took 6 minutes. But for my eyeshadow, I mainly went into my Nomad Ghost Town USA palette. What is this called? A lenticular thing? I don't know. But I went in with these two greens and then the shade Gold Rush. So I went into Gold Rush for my lids. It's very pretty. And then I went into Ghost Town as like a transition shade. And then I went into Stagecoach Mary on my outer corner into my crease. And I took the two mattes on my lower lash line as well. And then on my inner corner, I went in with Odin's Eye and Angelica Little Ghost in the shade Cobweb right here. I still don't have pan on it. I am waiting for pan. I need the pan. So that's my eyeshadow. My upper eyeliner is a ColourPop Creme Gel liner. I don't like that for upper eyeliner, so I just decluttered it because I don't like a super dark waterline. I mean, it looks weird. To me, this looks weird because normally I do like a lighter, bright waterline. I mean, is this a vibe though? This could be a vibe. But for my waterline, again, it looks a lot darker on camera. Like, I feel like it just looks like I put a black in my waterline, but I didn't. So first I went in with this Natasha Denona Macro Tech Eye Crayon in the shade Willow. This came out with their Yucca palette. And I just wanted something a little green. But I shouldn't have gone in with this. I should have just gone in with this MAC Color Excess in the shade Serial Monogamous, which is like this khaki green. It's very dark. It's a lot darker than I thought it would be. But that's the combo I have on in my waterline. And again, I don't love it. It's not my favorite. And on my lips, of course, I used 4 lip products again. So for my lip liners, today I used my Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut, which is in this project pan. I'll talk about this more. And then I went in with MAC Stone, just in the center, just to add a little definition. Again, I just love how it looks. Like, yes, this is making me want to actually try contouring my cheeks because I actually like this effect. But I love this so much. I use this every day, actually. I have a feeling this is going to be my most used lip liner for the whole year. And my lipsticks, first I went in with this Kaleidos lip clay in the shade Tundra. Again, this is also in my project pan. The still foot is pretty dry. Again, I will talk about this more when I get to it. But then I wanted something a little more pinky, you know, to cool it down a little, but not too much. So I went in with this BK Beauty lipstick in the shade Grace. It's just like a nice, lighter, pinky, beigey shade right there. I really like this. This formula is really comfortable. I love this. This has a magnetic closure as well. Let me love. And the packaging is so sleek. Now let's just get into all of my Project Pan updates. I'm just gonna go in order of how I have it written down in my notebook here. I know some people wait to talk about empties and like big progress items later, but I just can't be bothered to do that. So I'm just gonna go based on my list. So I should have pictures that I took from my first update. Well, my intro, I should say. This is the first update. But I should have pictures from then, so I'll have them up. So first I'm going to be talking about my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. So again, this is what it looked like in the intro. I don't think it was used in the intro. And since then I have used this 20 times. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see any progress with this, but I mean, it looks like it's like still covering the bottom, but it has gotten lower in the packaging. I mean, I've been using this. Obviously, I use this most days. There were only a few days that I forgot to use this. It's starting to become a habit to use it. And I actually kind of like it. I don't know if it actually does help keep my makeup on. Today, I'm doing a little test with setting spray. I do have this on today all over my face, but I have a test with setting spray. So I just have Fix Plus on one side and I have Fix Plus plus a setting spray on the other side to see if setting spray actually does help my makeup last. That's my test today. But yeah, so this has 20 uses and hopefully I can get this done by the end of February. If I can't, then probably by the end of March, this will be done. Next is in my drawer. It's the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I haven't even used that yet. I'm focusing on the Milk Hydro Grip Primer first. But next I have my Milk Hydro Grip Eye Primer. I did put it into this empty eye cream tub. Here it is. I decided to clutter this. I used this 10 times before deciding to not use this anymore. So I am currently using my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre again. I mean, I do kind of want to try the MAC 24-Hour Eye Base as well, because sometimes I feel like Soft Ochre, like the paint pot, is just too thick for my eyes. I don't know. I do want to try that because, okay, also my paint pot in April is going to come to 2 years old, which I feel like is really old for a cream product. So I might wait until then to pick up the 24-Hour Eye Base to try that out. So yeah, but anyways, this is decluttered and I will probably scrape this out and possibly keep this to use for something else. I don't know. Maybe I'll just toss it. Next is my Huda Beauty corrector in the shade Peach. Here it is right here. I have used this 22 times. So there are only 2 days that I forgot to use this. And this is gonna last for forever. Look at this. Yeah, so this top line is where I started from the intro, and this is where I'm at. That's what, like 2 millimeters of progress from 22 uses. I might not even finish this year, and that's fine. I'm okay with this lasting past this year. It does leak. I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but it does leak. But I love this shade. It's really nice, but that's not a lot of progress. Like, wow, I'm surprised I even had any progress, to be honest. Next is my mini Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer in the shade Cedar. And my goal, again, is to use this up. I have used this 24 times. I've used this every single time that I've done my makeup. So this is where I was in the intro, and I can't really make a new marking because it's actually getting pretty empty. I mean, I can see through to the bottom of the tube, but like there's still like plenty of product coming off the wand, and if I scrape around the sides I can get product. Basically, it's not to the point where I need to take out the stopper, and I don't know if I'm going to, because whenever you take out the stopper, it just gets gross and messy, and it just makes it a little harder to use. But because I don't really travel, to be fair, and I'm not taking this places, I'm not taking it with me to work or anything, I think I can take out the stopper and be fine. We'll see. I took out the stopper with my Lawless gloss and I didn't love that. I mean, it was nice that I could get all the product, but it was messy. So I don't know if that's for me, but yeah, this is still kicking. Hopefully by the end of this month, you know, hopefully by the end of February, this will be done. We'll see when that happens. My next product is another product that's still in my drawer. It's my Huda Beauty concealer. Again, I'm focusing on the Hourglass concealer, so that's kind of on the back burner for now. Next is my first powder that I have in this project. So this is my Givenchy Prisma Libre powder in the shade number 3 Voile Rosé. So there are 4 different quadrants, so I'm just gonna show you each quadrant on its own. So this first one, I have a little bit of progress. Again, the top line is the intro. This is where I marked it. It's a little slanted. That's how it's settled. This one didn't really move. This one actually had quite a bit of progress. So again, it's a little slanted. That's just how it got marked because it wouldn't go anywhere else. And this last one, I have the tiniest bit left of this last one. And I don't know, if you asked me before, I would say yes, I would 100% repurchase this powder. And if it wasn't reformulated, I still don't think I would repurchase it, just because you don't evenly use up the 4 quadrants, first of all. And I would just rather use other things. Like, there are other powders I want to try for my under eyes, I should say. So I'm actually glad that I put this in the project and have really thought about things. But I do have another ginormous powder for under my eyes, if it works for under my eyes. If it doesn't work out for under my eyes, I'm okay with decluttering things. My next product is one of my most exciting products today, and that is my Nakia Joy Cosmetics Loose Powder. So this is where I was in the intro, and as you can see, I don't have another marking because she's empty. I just used it up today. I was gonna film this yesterday, but because I saw how little I had left of this, I was like, oh, it'll be done tomorrow. So I'm gonna film it tomorrow being today. And I have used her up. So exciting. So I've used this. Oh, did I even mention? This powder I've used 24 times. I use this every day I do my makeup. And this powder I also use 24 times. I use this every day doing my makeup. I think what helped is I started baking, because I found that it really does help keep my oils at bay. But yes, she's done. Empty loose powder. And I will be bringing in another loose powder to replace this one. The next product is my Rare Beauty bronzer stick in the shade Happy Soul. This is the shade of it. It kind of looks wonky because I've started just like applying it to my brush and then dabbing my brush onto like a mixing palette just to blend it in a little. But let me show you the lines for it. So here are the markings. So again, the top line is the intro and this bottom line is where I'm at. So I think in like about 3 more months I'll have this done, which is exciting. And then I get to move on to my other cream bronzer that's in my collection. I really enjoy this. It's really easy to use. It's very quick to blend out. Yeah, it's a nice shade for me. I love this. I mean, that's how much is left. And I did use this 24 times. I always forget to talk about usage. But I did use this 24 times, so I've used this every single time I've done my makeup. My next product is my Persona Blush Multi-Stick in the shade Teddy. Oi. Oh, I just dug that in. Okay. This is what it looks like. Ignore the part that I just dug the little plastic cap in. I used this 17 times, so there were days that I didn't use it. There were days that I just didn't use a cream blush. There are days like today that I used a different cream blush. For the most part, I'm using all these products today. But I used that one 17 times, and let me show you the progress. There is no progress. I went to measure it and I was like, oh, I can't even make a new line. How wonderful is that? So, I don't know. Like, I love the shade, but I'm finding that I prefer just like a potted or panned cream blush. Call me lazy. Okay, I understand I'm lazy, but I don't know, I just prefer that. Like, I prefer using my MAC Low Play blushes. I prefer using my Finding Ferdinand blush that's in my deck of panning. It's just what I like. My next product is very exciting. It's my Tarte bronzer in Park Avenue Princess. That's in my Tarte Precious Gems palette, but I have depotted it into this empty Nakia Joy Cosmetics compact because I did use up this pressed powder earlier this year. I did forget to mention this in my empties, but, well, my January recap video that went up on Monday. But I did repress this, so let me just show you what it looked like when I first introduced it. before. I think I have a picture before I repressed it, and I have a picture of after repressing it. And this is what it looks like now. Look at how little product I have left. I think if I keep using this every day, and I find that I can use the same bronzer every day, like I don't mind it. I think I could have this done by the end of February. If not, by the end of March for sure. But like, look at all this progress. And this is like the highest point of the bronzer, and it's pretty low. Like, it's very thin in the pan, if you can see that. Such exciting progress. I did not think I would be eating this bronzer up like this. But here I am. I have had 24 uses of this. Again, I use this every day I do my makeup. I don't mind using the same bronzer again. And yeah, I'm really excited about this bronzer. And my blush also comes from this palette. It's in the shade Luxe. It's the shade that's right next to the bronzer. And I have used this 20 times. So again, picture of what it looks like in the intro. And this is what it looks like now. I mean, can you tell that I've been using this? I mean, the pattern has definitely gone down a lot. And it's a lot lower like on the bottom and on this side. And that's how it was with the bronzer as well. Like, I hit pan on the bottom of the pan for the bronzer. I think it's just the way that my brushes are hitting the pans. But yeah, this is such exciting progress, especially for a blush. Because everyone knows blush takes forever and a half to use up. So this is really exciting. If I hit pan on this, I might switch it out because that is my technical goal. Just to hit pan. I might switch it out for something else. I might just focus on it all year to see how much progress I can make. We'll see. I don't know. I think I'm about, maybe I'm a little bit more than halfway to pan. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe after the first quarter, I'll hit pan on this. Maybe after the first few months, at least. But yeah, that's really exciting. I'm just so glad that I'm seeing progress on this. My next product is my finishing powder, and that comes from my Hourglass Leopard palette, and that is the shade Dim Light. And again, I will have a picture of what it looked like in the intro. And here it is now. I don't know if you can see that the dome has gone down. Oh yeah, I think you can. The dome has really gone down on this, which is really exciting. I've used this 24 times as well. I use this every single time I do my makeup. I love using a finishing powder, just dusting it on top of my cheeks. Yeah, I really do think you can tell that the dome has gone down, which is really nice, especially on this top part, which is where I've been focusing my brush, just because I don't want to get the highlighter or the blush on my brush. But yeah, so this is, I mean, this is just gonna be my finishing powder until it gets done. I don't mind using the same finishing powder. I only have this and one other, so I'm very happy about this one as well. My next product is my highlighter, and again, picture of what it looked like in the intro. And this is what it looks like now. It has a little bit of a dip. I don't know if it looks any different than the picture, to be honest. But me looking at it, I can see a little bit of a dip. Like putting my finger into the pan, I can feel the dip. So we'll see how much longer until pan. I don't know. I use this like every day. It is the highlighter I have on today. And that blush is the blush I have on top of my Finding Ferdinand blush. And of course the bronzers are the bronzers in this project. But yeah, I really like this highlighter. It's a little glittery, which I like. It's a little intense. I love an intense highlighter. So really enjoying using this, and I would love to get this used up this year because of this clunky packaging. Next, I do have two eyeshadows I'm going to talk about. This is kind of out of order now, but it's okay. My first eyeshadow comes from my Cindy Grace and Mel Thompson Tiny Marvels palette, and it is the shade Web right here. Again, I have a picture of what it looked like. And there's a tiny little dip in it. I don't think it looks that much different. I've used this 6 times since my intro. So not a ton, but yeah, if I'm doing like more of a cool toned look and I don't really want to use Cobweb, then I'll reach for this one. I mean, it's one or the other. I'm trying to hit pan on both of them right now. Okay, ow. My hair got caught in the palette. Yeah, I'm kind of just splitting my attention between the two. Currently, obviously, I'm using Cobweb more than this one, but this is still getting use on it, and I'm happy about it. I do want to use this palette as a whole more as well because it's such a nice palette. And my second eyeshadow is actually the eyeshadow I'm using in my brows, and that comes from my Blend Bunny Blends palette. It is the black in this palette. It's the shade Nevermore, and I've used this 24 times, again, every time I do my makeup. And this is what it looks like right now. There is a pretty good dip in it. I mean, I do use an angled brush, and I'm not always focusing on that spot. Mostly I am, but sometimes my brush just misses it and picks up product around it. I mean, I'm just using it. I'll hit pan when I hit pan. It's my brow shade, and it works well. I mean, it is kind of dark. It is a black, but I feel like because I have such dark hair, it works fine. So this will be in probably the whole year, not gonna lie. Next is my ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Peach Fuzz. I did not mark this because it's broken. It's broken at the base. Yeah, so I haven't made an updated marking, but I have used this 15 times. I do have a marking of where it started. This is where it started. So, I mean, at least you'll know like how many uses it takes for it to get to the bottom right here. Because I'm pretty sure this is the start of the plastic. So, at least you know how many uses it would take me to use up that much of a ColourPop Creme Gel Liner. And it's good for me to know as well because I have plenty of those eyeliners. My next product is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. So here is where I started, and this is where I am. It is shaken up. Look, I promise English is English my first language? I don't know, probably. But I did mark this last night because I knew I was going to use it today. So I marked it first. So this is where I'm at. It might be a tiny bit lower now, but I think based on my progress, hopefully by the end of February, I can get this done, if not beginning of March. Either way, this will get done early in the year so then I can focus on my next setting spray, which is my One Size setting spray. So yeah, excited about this. Again, I talk about this every time I talk about this product. I don't love this. It makes me dewy. This is the setting spray that I'm testing out against Fix Plus. So just a little note there. And did I mention that this setting spray I used 22 times? Because yeah, that's how many times I used it to get that much progress. So there were 2 days that I didn't use this. There was one day that I think I forgot to use this. And then, I don't know. Oh no, the other day I used my One Size setting spray. Yeah, because I have one use on that setting spray, but that's also in my drawer, because I'm focusing on this one. Now I just have my lip products, and then I'm going to talk about the products that have come into my collection. Come into this project. So first I have my Melt Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Cashmere. So this is what it looks like now. I accidentally pushed it into the cap, so now I can't even take it out. So clearly I used this up, which I did mention in my January recap. I did have a couple spoilers in that recap. So that's the progress right there. As you can see, the top line is where I started, and the bluish line is where it ended. And I ended up using that lip liner 8 times, and that's 8 days. I don't count reapplications. I'm really good about reapplying my lip products throughout the day. I just take them with me in my little Victoria Beckham bag that came with the eyeliners that I have from her. So that one is Goal Met. My next lip liner is my Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut And I also used this one 8 times. So again, that's 8 days, not including reapplications. So there's the progress for that. Again, the top line, this is like such an awkward angle. Again, the top line is where I started. The blue line is where I'm at now. And the bottom line is, let me show you on the pencil. The bottom line is this part right here. So 8 uses, I think that's including today. Yeah, that's including today. So not a ton of progress. This is probably going to be in for like the whole year. I don't know. I just have not been focusing on this. If I've been focusing on this more, I would obviously have more progress. I did just sharpen it before updating this project, just to have a little bit more usage on it. But I really need to focus on this. But I think I'm gonna focus on my other lip liner that I have brought in over this one. This one's just too pink for me. Like, I have to pair this with brown. Otherwise, it's literally just pink, and I don't like that. So, don't love the shade. I do have a mini of this as well, and this kind of reminds me of Whirl from MAC. So, I have the shade plenty in my collection. I'm hoping to still use this up by the end of the year though. If I focus on this, I do think I can. I go through lip liners pretty quickly. So yeah, I mean, this isn't as creamy as a couple of my other formulas, but it's definitely not as dry as a MAC formula. Like, using the MAC lip liners, I'm like, this is gonna take forever to use up. But yeah, so hopefully I can focus on this more in the coming months. We'll see. Next are my lipsticks. So first I have my MAC lipstick in the shade Mocha. I have used this twice. So I used this for 2 days. Again, I reapplied it during the day, and this is the shade of it. I have fallen in love with this shade. It's so nice. It's like a warm pink, but it's very good for every day. And let me show you what the markings. That's how much I used after 2 days of usage. So if I focus on this, I think I can make really good progress. I don't know if I would necessarily use it up. I could, maybe. Another part of me doesn't want to use this up because I love the color so much. So we'll see what I decide with this lipstick. But then I'm like, I should just keep it in because I'm pretty sure I got this in 2023. So yeah, I need to just hunker down and use these up and just repurchase shades that I love. My next lipstick is the one that I'm using today. It is Kaleidos Tundra, and this is the one that I'm currently focusing on. And as you can see, not a lot of product comes off on the wand. And I don't know if you can see into here, but there's a lot of windowing. Like, looking in here, there's a lot of windowing, and even like swirling around near the top and stuff, there's like nothing coming off. So I think I'm gonna have to take out the stopper officially and just use it that way. So maybe by the end of February, this will be done if I keep focusing on it, which I'm focusing on this because I would reach for my other lipstick more during the spring or summer. So I'm like, you know what? If this is the time for this lipstick, I'm just going to use it. And I love this shade. Let me give you a swatch of this. I haven't been swatching things. Yeah, like there's not a lot of product coming off. But like, that's the shade. Is it not gorgeous? That is literally a me shade. It's like an orangey brown. And that one is also to use up. And I have 6 uses on that. So I use that for 6 days. I don't know if there's a ton of product that comes in these liquid lipsticks, but I mean, hey, great progress for me. I mean, I did bring that in with having a little windowing in it as well, because it's always been one of my favorite lipsticks. My last lipstick is this YSL lipstick in the shade New Muse. This was my focus lipstick until I realized that I would use this shade during the spring and summer over my Kaleidos one. But let me show you the markings for that one as well. So this is after 4 days of usage. That's pretty good. I mean, if I focus on this lipstick, I could get this out pretty quickly, I think. So that's really exciting. So after I use up this one, I will be focusing on the YSL one. So hopefully this won't last too much longer. So the last category I have are my lip glosses. So first I have my NARS Lip Shine in Orgasm. I only use this once, And the day I used it, I didn't even want to reapply it because I talked about this in my January recap, so I'm sorry if this is repetitive for you. It's too slippy for me. It is comfortable. It doesn't last at all. It lasts like not even a minute. It is comfortable. Again, just too slippy of a formula for me. I prefer a sticky gloss. Like a Lawless Forget the Filler type sticky gloss. And I think I would love MAC's lip gloss. I really want to try them, but I need to get my lip gloss collection down first. So this is a declutter, sadly. Next, I have my Lawless Forget the Filler in the shade Nudie. I used this 3 times. So I used this 3 separate days, and this is how much progress I have. Like, this is not going to last long at all. I love this shade. I would 100% repurchase this shade. Honestly, I could apply some right now. Like, look at that. It just goes with like any lip look. It's so good. I hate this lighting. It's so cloudy out. My last lip gloss is my Finding Fernand and Khaki gloss in S Limoncello. I also use this 3 times, so on 3 different days, and this is the progress. Again, if I focus on this, I don't think it's going to take super long to use up. But my thing is, I always reach for matte lipsticks, even though I do love the effect of a gloss. So maybe I just need to focus on one of these, get it out, focus on another one, hopefully get it out in another, I don't think it's gonna take a month to get this out. Okay, so now it's for the products that I have brought into this project. So one I have been using, and that is my Lunar Beauty lip pencil in the shade Milk Tea. The writing has completely like worn off of this. Ridiculous, but I love this shade. The formula is too creamy for my liking. I've used this 8 times since bringing this in, which was around like mid-January. I don't have the date written down, but I believe it was mid-January that I brought this in. And this is the progress. So this is where it started, and this is where I am. So I'm guessing like 2 months and this will be done. Crazy. Wild. Again, it's very creamy, so I find myself having to sharpen it quite a lot, but it's exciting. Another brown lip liner that's gonna be out of my collection this year. And to replace my Nikkia Joy Cosmetics powder, I'm bringing in my Kimchi Chic Puff Puff Pass powder. This is my favorite powder I've ever tried. Like, it really does help keep my oil at bay, even though I did have to touch up today. But I did eat lunch, okay? I was a little sweaty. These lines are where I'm starting. It's not really even to the lines right now, but I do also have a bunch of product on top of the sifter. So plenty of product to get through. We'll see how long this one lasts, but I am so excited to use this. You have no idea. I'm so excited to use this. Oh my God. And then I already told myself that if I complete this during the summer, I'm gonna allow myself to buy the jumbo size, because I want the jumbo size of this. It's like $50, but it's probably gonna last so long. I love this powder so much. So good if you have oily skin, and like if you have oily skin and you can't find a powder that really helps keep your oils locked for a period of time, try this one. Like, I've tried the Huda Beauty, obviously I've tried the Nikkia Joy Cosmetics, and Nikkia Joy Cosmetics one, everyone says is really good for oily skin. It's not the best for me. Like, maybe like after I started baking, it lasted like maybe 3 hours, 3-4 hours, which honestly isn't that bad, but this lasts longer. Again, I did have to touch up during this video, but since then, it's looked the same. I love this powder so much. It does have a little bit of a peachiness to it though, so there is that. But they do have a lot of different shades as well that I might try. I actually might try a different shade. But I do also want to try the Ben Nye powder. The one that used to be so popular. Or maybe I'll just stick to this one because I know I love it. We'll see. I have I have another powder to get through after this one before I even decide what powder to get. But that's everything for my 2025 project pan update. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you're doing this project down in the comments. I would love to come check your project out, see all your progress. What do you think of my progress? The most surprising thing is the bronzer. I expected that to be in this project all year, not like 3 months. I'm just eating it up. What can I say? I'm literally eating up the bronzer. But it is, I will say the bronzer is more powdery and I do build it up a little. So there is that. But again, that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great day, a great night, whatever time it is for you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.